This video is for John Kohler. Most of this farm, if not all of this farm, has been inspired by John Kohler. Peek inside here, one of these caterpillar tunnels. We have in this tunnel, as in all of our tunnels, 180 earth boxes. We've just finished putting soil in them today in these 3 tunnels. It's tunnels 5, 4, and 3. See, we're just finished filling them up. This tunnel is uncovered. And we are currently putting the mulch covers on these. Now, here we have basil. I purchased this basil from a nursery. It didn't look so great. I trimmed it back. It tasted phenomenal, just didn't look great. I trimmed it, and now the leaves coming up look pretty decent. These are microgreens or quick greens. The seed is from Genesis Seed Company. The rows are 4 rows in each earth box, running the length of the earth box. This was planted 2 weeks ago. Today's Wednesday, so it was planted not last Wednesday, but the previous Wednesday. About about a quarter inch from the surface, tops. I mean, very pretty close to the surface. I would say about a quarter inch, and you see very spotty germination. But here, some leaves are already starting to be fairly mature, so we're gonna harvest tomorrow regardless, get what we can out of it. So this is radish, very sporadic, you see. This is broccoli, again also very sporadic. More of the broccoli. This is more broccoli, very sporadic. Pumpkin. Pumpkin doesn't look like it's doing so good. Some is doing okay. This row right here was all zucchini. Gone. Didn't make it. I don't even think this last one right here is gonna make it. Maybe not. Raised bed, which we have closed off for the rest of the season. These are some sunflowers I planted as an experiment from seed I got from a pet shop. The peppers look like they're doing all right.
Where are you from? Like Israel, right? Oh yeah. Yo, foreigners. I love foreigners.
Cucumbers look like they're doing all right. The peppers I planted from transplants. The cucumbers are from seeds, and then the cucumbers are from direct seeding. Tomatoes. Tomatoes, and here we have some tomatoes just didn't make it. The empty ones just didn't make it. Some of these did. The tomato, cucumber, and pepper seeds. Actually, all of the seeds, other than the microgreens and the basil, are from Plant World Seeds from England. Here in this tunnel, here we have our worm bins, and the worm bins are right next to the raised bed, so the worms can come in and out. I'm gonna go into this tunnel right here. These seeds are all again from Plant World Seeds. This is kale. You can see close up. This was direct seeded. See, I don't know if it's coming out, but this was direct seeded. Everything in here, you have some babies right here. This is New Zealand spinach. New Zealand spinach. Also very spotty. Very spotty. Here we have 3 spots coming, if you can see that. 1, 2, 3, and then 3 spots, 1, 2, 3, which didn't sprout anything. I'm trying to figure out why that is. We have chard, ruby chard coming up. Again, this is Georgia Southern collard greens, direct seeded. Right here in the trays we have planted garlic chives. Some just starting to sprout. Little green guy right there, sort of exciting. Here we have some green guys starting to sprout. Some green guys. It's always nice to see green guys sprouting. Here we have our cubes, and the cubes actually look like they're doing pretty well. This is kale planted from the cube. This is chard from the cube. This is collard greens. I believe it's collard greens planted from the cube. Or maybe it was actually maybe that's kale. That was kale. This is collard greens planted planted in the cubes. More chard, kale, and right over here, sorrel planted, but nothing's coming up as far as the sorrel. Don't see anything. And I'm just wondering why maybe it's a seed problem. It's very hot here. It's about in the mid-90s during the day. And but then here we have, this was the first thing we planted. And so we have some of these leaves. Planted this about 2 months ago. And some of these leaves are nice and big. rainbow chard. Have this, if you can see, we have a little grasshopper problem. Floating row cover is on the ground right there. I'm going to probably cover it a little bit later. So we're trying to protect it with a floating row cover. And I just sprayed this. We had aphids, and I just sprayed with neem oil. And then here, also planted about the same time, we have about 2 months ago, we have dinosaur kale just coming up. You can see that over there. And also, I mean, this was all planted at the same time, and here we have a nice big plant coming up. There we have two smaller plants, all planted at the same time. There we have a smaller plant. There we don't have anything. Here they're just starting to come up. So I'm just trying to understand why this is. In this row right here, we have I planted sorrel. Here I have one little sorrel plant growing. A few earth boxes later, there's two others, and then nothing. And I'm just wondering if this is a seed problem or what. If it's the heat, if it's the seeds. Just to give a little tour of the beehive. And just let's see, one other, just the last thing is I'm trying to grow some potatoes in there. It is 95 easily during the day, so I don't know how much success I'm gonna have with that. And this is the beehive. It's a top bar beehive we built ourselves. No bees in it yet. We just built it. And last but not least, I want to show you our compost bin that we built. And this is the compost bin. And you see the compost.